It's been raining all day, so I wanted to do this video, but I also needed to go out for a walk. So you're coming with me. So service charges. It's not something I've dealt with to date, only because any service charge that I have on my flat is covered by my landlord, and I don't have to pay extra. So I just wanted to go through some details I found out about these charges. So I'm not an expert in this field, so I'm just going to share with you what I found out. Service charge appears to be for if you're in a property that shares a building, basically. So if you're in a building that has, say, a shared entrance, maybe a secure entry with a fob, an intercom system, lighting, things like that, chances are that there is a service charge on your building. And it may be, like myself, covered by your current landlord. But obviously when you go to buy a property, like I'm doing, that cost then becomes your responsibility. The way it's being explained online, from what I can see, is that the service charge is an advance payment to pay for the maintenance or upkeep of a building. So it covers things like roofing, any maintenance basically that needs to be done on the building, because if you're buying a flat, obviously you only buy in part of a building, and you have an obligation to ensure that the rest of the building is in good repair. The standing charge is basically a yearly charge that you pay in advance of any repairs that need doing on the building. So it's a good idea before you buy a property to check with the building owner to see if there's any planned work, because you may end up getting stumped with a bill for it. I was quite surprised at the difference in what different types of properties charge for their standing charge. So for example, there was a housing association place I was looking at the other day, and their standing charge was £500, and I think there was a ground rent charge of £10. And then literally 2 miles down the road, there was a more luxurious property, and that was a privately owned one, and the service charge on that was over £2,000, and the ground rent charge on that was, I think it was like £200. So yeah, it's definitely worth checking out what it is before you get your heart set on a property. So obviously there's certain things within the building that are going to cost money, like the electronic door entry system, the lighting in the hallway, and stuff like that that's going to need an upkeep, and someone's got to pay for that. In my case, I think I'm right in saying that my standing charge also includes the cost of building insurance. So it's not all bad news, because building insurance isn't always cheap. So at least I know I've got coverage there, and it's kind of good to know that if anything does happen with the actual building, that it's going to be covered or partially covered by the building owner because of the service charge. I mean, I kind of get it. I understand that these buildings have an additional cost to keep them maintained and lit, etc. So it kind of makes sense that there's an additional charge. I suppose the point of the video is, when you start looking, make sure you know about all the additional costs for that building before you get your heart set on a property. Last thing you want is to find your dream home. You can afford the mortgage, no problem, and then you find out that a £2,000 service charge is going to throw you over the edge and you can't afford it. But let me know in the comments what you think, and give the video a like, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye now.